brakes shoes. It'll stop them from working.
It'll stop the brakes from working?
It'll stop the rear brakes from working.
So if I don't replace a degreaser, it could damage the brakes?
Correct. But I'm not going to say it's going to happen immediately. It can happen.
Here's the scorecard so far. 3 out of 5 Just Brakes told us we needed much more work than our experts said, which would cost more than $99.88. And if we wanted the $99 deal, they all said they'd do it, but 4 of the Just Brakes stores said we wouldn't like it. Remember that first Just Brakes where the mechanic told us to come back in 2 months? He said when we did, we wouldn't be completely happy with the $99.88 advertised deal.
They make some noise and they don't last as long. I don't think you'll be 100% happy.
And at 3 Just Brakes, where they were ready to give us a brake job right then and there, everyone thought we should spend more money. Remember this mechanic named Buddy?
All we carry is a premium pad because the cheaper pads squeak so much and we just went over there.
Buddy told us Just Brakes doesn't even carry the $99 brake pads for the Ford Explorer because they don't work as well. At one point, he said he would try and get some at an auto parts store. But his partner, Mike, said we wouldn't like them anyway and put pressure on us to go with the more expensive deal.
Well, it's only $287 on a full disc Explorer, and you arguing with that?
I'm not arguing, I'm just
I'm good.
Mike said the $99 job would make noise, and a lot of people just couldn't deal with it.
Most women don't like squeaks, okay? I'm sorry, I'm married, and my wife lets me know every time she squeaks, okay? Realistically, I don't like squeaks. Squeaks are just horrible sounding. You're going to develop that.
Why were Buddy and Mike tag teaming us with such a hard sell? By chance, we weren't dealing with just any Just Brakes mechanics. Buddy and Mike, it turns out, are trainers from headquarters. They go from store to store teaching employees how to deal with customers. Maybe we were getting the hard sell because we were dealing with trainers. We wondered what we would pay at the next Just Brakes we visited. Once again, the mechanics gave us reasons why it would cost more than $99. In this case, we were told that without extra work, there could be problems.
So it would be like screeching real hard metal, you know.
Still, he left it up to us.
It's your choice, okay? Don't think I'm pushing you into something. I'm just telling you straight up. So later, when you see it coming up to a light or something, you don't get mad at me.
And again, at the next store, it was the same. Without paying for extra work,
The pads are going to get hot, and they're going to make squeaks and squeals, even grind.
we found out we were speaking with a mechanic. Maybe he isn't authorized to speak with the store. Maybe we'd hear a different story from the manager about that $99.88 deal.
Will you say if I spend the $265, it'll be correct?
Oh,
if I do the $99.88, it won't be correct?
Well, the car will be put together correct. It'll have pads and shoes on it correctly, but you're going to have premature engagement on the front brakes. Okay, that much I can tell you.
And that's not good.
No, well, you wear the pads out faster. And then, of course, you're going to glaze the pads. Once it glazes, start squeaking.
Well, we finally went along with the more expensive work they were recommending.
We're doing premiums, we're doing all 4 wheels, we're going to replace the grease seals, we're going to put the front rear hardware, it'll be done right.
But will it all be done right?
From our studios in Rockefeller Center, here is Stone Phillips.
Returning to our story, we've taken our hidden cameras undercover to check on the low-cost brake job advertised by Just Brakes. The cars we used were checked by experts who told us on some the brakes didn't need any work at all. Others needed the kind of basic work that Just Brakes advertises it will do for $99.88. But that's not what we were told at 3 out of the 5 Just Brakes locations we went to. Here again, Lee Thompson.
We showed our hidden camera tape to our brake experts, Ray Moon, a master certified mechanic, and Pat O'Reilly, who advises consumers on auto repair for AAA of Texas. They watched as Just Brakes mechanics gave us all kinds of reasons why we wouldn't want the advertised $99 deal. Then they heard this one.
All we carry is a premium pad because the cheaper pads squeak so much and we just went over here.
I find it extremely interesting for the fact that this is a Ford Explorer, one of the most popular vehicles on the road, #1 seller in its class, and you don't stock the parts.
What would happen if we went along with the higher price the Just Brakes mechanics were asking? That's what we did. We let Just Brakes mechanics do the job, and then we asked our experts to go over the car and evaluate the work.
There were items that you were charged for that are on the repair order that were not done.
With the Gray Tracer, our experts say Just Brakes did most of what it promised for $99, except it didn't replace, or as mechanics say, flush the brake fluid. Brake fluid helps create pressure so the brake pads can clamp down and slow the wheels of your car.
You say they didn't flush the brakes. How important is that?
It's important because brake fluid needs to be changed just like any other fluid on an automobile. And what's really alarming is that they're indicating that it was done on the repair order, and it was not done.
With the white Tracer, we paid $265 and got most of the job as promised, which included the extra work our mechanics say we didn't need. But once again, our mechanics say Just Brakes didn't flush the brake fluid. We paid another $265 for the Aspire, and again we got most of the job as promised, which included the extra work our mechanics say we didn't need. But again, our mechanics say they didn't flush the brake fluid. And one more thing, they charged us $88 for reconditioning the calipers, something our experts say wasn't done. We paid even more for the Explorer, $296. We got the premium brake pads as promised, but again, our mechanics say they didn't flush the brake fluid, charged us for some hardware they didn't install, and perhaps worst of all, improperly machined the rotors.
You were certainly charged an exorbitant amount of money, considering the brake job you got.
Experts say one of the most critical things is the test drive. Mechanics should test the brakes on the road before returning the car to the customer. At 3 of the Just Brakes we went to, we had cameras watching our vehicle the whole time for hours and hours, and no one gave our vehicles a test drive.
We are very intent on making sure our customers understand what it takes to fix their brakes and fix them properly.
Stuart Manning is Vice President of Operations for Just Brakes. He strongly disagrees with our experts. He says opinions can vary among mechanics, but he trusts his employees because all they do is brake work.
If you have a stomach ache and you go to one doctor and Dr. A says, man, you got an ulcer, we need to do surgery. You say, well, let me get another opinion. You go to a second doctor and the doctor says, well, yeah, you may be having an ulcer, let's treat it with some medication. You go to another doctor, he says, just drink milk, you'll be fine.
But our experts say that's not true.